Hey guys, I'm back again, and we're doing this mini album, and I'm going to be completely honest, it's like 2:30 in the morning, so please forgive me if I sound extremely tired. I totally forgot to prep for tonight, and we went to my husband's uncle's house like all day yesterday in celebration of his it's his aunt's son, so what is that, his cousin? They flew into town and just had a great day. We were there from like 10 a.m. till I think we left at like 11 o'clock. Excuse me, I have to get a drink real quick. Oh, sorry. So, I've been sitting here trying to catch up on, a couple YouTube videos and just kind of prepping and everything else. But anywho, okay, so this is where we're still at a plain cover. We covered our pages last week, so this is where we're at. This week I wanted to go over the flaps and the inserts, the tags that I do for the inner pieces here. So I have a lot of craziness going on my desk. And again, thought about, like what I'm going to talk about, what I'm going to say. And, I'm probably going to get a lot of comments on some of the topics that I'm going to go over. And it's just a very sore subject for me. And I just kind of wanted to share with you guys. It's been kind of bothering me all week, especially since my daughter is involved. Bullying. Like, I don't know what's going on lately, but it seems like that horrible word is just coming up over and over and over again. And it's killing me. I have a lot of people that I'm subscribed to, and one young lady who's Crafty Me 83, her name is Jaredelle, and I actually wasn't subscribed to her. I just happened to see one of her videos, and it just ripped me to pieces. If you get a chance, just because I don't understand like what's going on with certain people. This young lady is an amazing crafter. Like, I've subscribed to her now. I watch all of her vlogs. I, keep up with her card making. She makes gorgeous cards and things like that. And she received a horrible, horrible letter. And again, this was the very first video I ever saw of hers, and it ripped me to pieces just how mean this person was. And this person didn't private message her on YouTube. This person sent her a letter typed to her home. It was a P.O. box, but it was to her personally. And I can't even begin to imagine how scary that was for her. Jane has gone on to her blog, which is the lady in the stamp at .blogspot.com, or I believe that's how it goes. And, she's talking about the thumbs up, thumbs down thing. And, I'm so proud of Jane for, reestablishing that. And I watch, if Jane has a video, I watch every single one of them. It doesn't matter if it's 2 seconds long or if it's 3 hours long. I watch them all. She is my main inspiration for getting started on my crafting. And I'm sorry, I can't even craft right now because I'm just like so mind-boggled by it. But I just read on her blog about how she was bullied. And, I'm a huge fan of Jane's. I have a lot of respect for Jane. And it kills me that she shut down a channel and had to recreate a new one because bullying was going on. Last week we had an incident with my daughter. A boy grabbed her arm and told her, that he was going to make her arms fall off by grabbing her. And I, of course, immediately, she told me what was going on. I immediately went to the school the next day, and, he served whatever consequences he served. And I, as not being his parent, I don't know what the consequences were, but I hope it was enough to make him stop. because it's unnecessary and it's not needed. And it's just, if you don't like my videos, cool. I'm okay with that. Don't like them, don't watch them. That's fine, But to just be outright mean and just, I don't even have the words for it. But, after the whole incident with my daughter happened, the very next day we're walking home, because I walk my kids to school, my younger two that are in school, and, we're walking home, and this kid yells out, "Hey, weird girl," and I just stopped dead in my tracks and turned around and was like, "Are you talking to me?" And he looks at me and he's like, "Oh, no, I was talking to the girl behind you," and I look around, there's nobody behind me. So I'm like, "I'm sorry, are you speaking to my daughter?" And he's like, no, it was that girl behind you. And I go, "Well, those comments aren't really necessary. So if you don't like the way someone looks, how about you just keep those comments to yourself?" You know what I mean? I mean, it's just not necessary. You're not going to like everybody, and you're not going to like everything. I have amazing subscribers, and I've been very, very blessed on my journey so far, but I know those days are coming, and I know what's going to happen. I know I'm going to have, that one person who gives me a thumbs down and just absolutely hates what what I do, but that's okay by me. I mean, it's hard for me to say, yeah, I can accept it, because it hasn't happened yet. But I have mentally prepared myself that it's going to happen. And I have to be okay with it, because not everyone's going to like what I do. Not everyone's going to like my rambling on videos and my, forever long videos. And that's okay. But to sit there and thumbs down me every video just because you can, to leave nasty comments just because you can, why not just move on? We are all adults here, and we're all doing something that we enjoy, something that brings us peace, something that, some of us can do only 5 minutes a day, but that 5 minutes a day makes us happy. Why bring someone else down for doing something that makes them happy, something that makes them smile? I mean, I just don't. Are you really that bitter? Are you really that upset in your own life that you feel the need to take down everyone around you? I just don't understand it. So I'm sorry. I mean, the first 10 minutes of this video, already into it, but it was something I really, really needed to get off my chest, and you guys are so amazing, and, it's so awesome to be able to talk to other people who can understand where I'm coming from and who can agree or disagree with what I have to say. And, it's freedom of speech. Tell me how you feel. If I'm completely out of line, let me know. I'm okay with that. But to sit there and just gun someone down to the point where, Jane, I keep coming back to her because, just not that long ago, earlier in this year, she had a run-in with somebody and decided that, she was done. She was going to completely stop, and, she was going to craft on her own time and, do her own thing, but she was, done with the channel. She didn't want to do, DTs anymore and things like that, and that just, it breaks my heart for other people to suffer in that way, because that's not I mean, you punch somebody, that bruise is going to go away. They're going to mentally remember why you punched them, but that bruise physically goes away. The mental abuse, however, that scars you for life. That does damage to people. And people who bully don't understand that. And I think it was really, I think it was a cowardice move by the person who sent Jaredell that letter, because they didn't even send, they sent her a letter to her P.O. box. But they didn't leave a name. They didn't leave a return address. They gave 0 options for Jaredell to defend herself or to comment back, or, and it kills me because she kept apologizing to this person. Sweetheart, if you watch my videos at all, please don't ever apologize to a bully. Ever. They are just mean and bitter people who have nothing better to do than to obviously watch your videos because they're getting something out of it. They're getting something out of your videos to the point where they're still watching. They watch your every move. They knew exactly like what projects she started and never completed. They knew what diet she was on. They knew what she was doing every day. They commented on her entire life, but didn't give her any room to defend herself. And, you know, she was ready to just shut it down. And she was like, you know, I understand it's only one person who's attacking me, but that was enough. One person was enough to make this beautiful woman shut her whole channel down and just be done, you know? And she has a ton of subscribers that are like, wait a minute, we still love you. We still support you. We're still here for you. Don't shut this down because of this one person. And, you know, good thing is that she did have a ton of support, and she is gaining more and more support every day. So I appreciate those of you who have gone out and subbed to her, who have seen this video. Jane made a post on her Facebook about bullying, and I, in turn, spread that video out on my channel because it's just unnecessary. It's just not needed. You know, I was raised that if you have nothing nice to say, you say nothing at all. But I'm still a very blunt person. So I will give you my opinion if you ask, but I'm not going to just harass you constantly. You know, if you're doing something I don't like, I unsubscribe and I move on. But to keep going, I mean, again, we're all adults here, and I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. Okay. I'm sorry. It really bugs me, and it's a really soft spot in my heart because I used to work with mentally disabled children and hearing impaired children and, you know, things like that. I've surrounded myself with it my entire life. And I protected those kids who got bullied and picked on and thrown in garbage cans or, you know, had their backpacks slammed to the ground just because they weren't like you. You know what I mean? They were a little different. And, sorry, it makes me emotional because I get so upset about it. But I just don't get it. It's not necessary. I mean, come on, seriously? How would you feel if someone did that to you? Every day, day in, day out, watched you, and then tormented you. I just don't understand why it's necessary. I just don't get it. I hope it never happens to me, but, you know, if it happens, it happens. But I just, because, you know, honestly, I've never been in that type of situation. But my child has been bullied at the last school she was in. She is, you know, she got bullied here at the new school she's in. And we're only into week 3 at school. And, you know, my daughter is a very bubbly and friendly person. And I know that she throws herself out there, which is probably, you know, for kids her age, it makes her an easy target. She's easy to make fun of because she's very out there. She's very spontaneous. She's very spunky. And, you know, she's very original. She doesn't want to be anyone else. She wants to be her. And I like her that way. And, you know, I feel sorry for those who can't accept her for her. Because that's not okay. You know, we all have our place in the world. We all have, you know, things that we all offer. And if you don't like what I offer, then, again, that's fine. But move on. Just move on from it. So, okay, I'm moving on now. I just needed to share my piece on that, so thank you so much for listening, because that was a really long rant. That was way longer than I expected it to be. But again, it's a subject that I'm extremely passionate about. Okay, so my pages are cut at 5.5 by 8. So my flips that I make that go here, I cut them at 5.5 by 7. And that's just because, if you remember, I have these pieces that are on the inside. I don't know if you can see them for those of you who might be joining us new. I have these pieces on the inside that are glued in to give me that extra gusset space. So I want to make sure that these are small enough. Plus, I don't want them blocking the holes to go into the ring binding. So I cut all of those and I've scored them. Now, again, I cut them at 5.5, which is the exact same length of the page. And the reason why I do that is because I want to make sure I have 1/2 inch to score so I can fold that 1/2 inch. And I'll just show you really quick. And then this just tucks right in there nice and neat, and it gives me that perfect, you know, 1/2 inch border all the way around. Okay? So there's that. And then also with my inserts, the tabs, or I think they're called tabs, the little tabs that go on the inside here, I cut them at 5 by 7, again because I don't want to get in the way of the holes here, and I don't want to get in the way of the gluing of the pocket here. And also, down here, because I also glue down here to make sure it's obviously sealed as a pocket. So just make sure I have enough space. Okay, a few things that I wanted to go over, because I think I was going to go through and paper piece all these, but again, it's like 2:30 in the morning, and, yesterday was an amazing day for me because, like I said, we spent our day with Luke, who is my nephew, or no, cousin, I have to keep that in mind, cousin, and, spent the whole day with them and the family and had a great time, and today is my birthday. So the girls took me out, we got pedicures done, which I don't do very often. I'm not a very girly girl type person, so it was really nice to do something a little different, and we had a blast with that. My girls all got manicures, my little Scarlett, her nails are all bright pink, and she's very excited about it. So it was just an amazing day, and I don't know if any of my family members are going to watch this, but if you do, thank you guys for an awesome birthday, because I don't have those very often. And I don't mean that as in like recently, I mean like growing up, I always had like really bad birthdays, but that's a whole nother story. I had one passionate discussion for tonight. We'll do that one for another day. So I will go ahead and paper piece these all later, but with these I just take my 1/8 inch, no, 1/8 of an inch. Ooh, sorry. Again, it's like 2:30 in the morning, so I'm really tired. You guys are going to have to bear with me. 1/8 of an inch, and I just strip it right along the edge here. I undo it, and I very carefully, I try to slide the back piece in first, and I push that, and I line up my score, because you don't want to go right on your score line. You want to kind of go right below it, so that way when you fold it down, you have room for that score line. Okay, if anybody wants me to actually paper piece it together, I will do that on the next album and make a mental note that I need to go through and do that. But these I find very interesting when I do those. And so I wanted to share that with you because, some people just take one piece of paper, and do I have one to example? Okay, so one piece of paper, they round the corners, they place it down, bam, done, right? We're talking to Miss Random. So I do everything and make it as hard as I possibly can, just because I can. Again, I will eventually find ways that are a lot easier. Let me just grab my little dusting flower here. A lot easier to do as I improve in technique, but this is just how I do it. So I make my little tabs, and I've got them all taped up and ready to go. So again, I do apologize if that beginning subject offends anyone or upsets anyone, but I feel like I need to defend those who can't, and, and I'm not saying that, Jaredelle and Jane and my daughter haven't defended themselves, but just a little extra oomph and push behind it. So, okay, anywho, I need to get off that subject because I'm still pretty upset about it. So I just peel my little tabs. Oh, and tab punch. I took your guys' suggestions, and I did the wax paper, I did the aluminum foil, and it still didn't work. So I tried to, oh great, here we go. I'm going to go through another rant real quick. I'll try to make it as quick as possible. I'm so sorry. I have like good news because it was like a birthday party, and then I have like sad news because I was like really frustrated throughout this whole week. Took it to Hobby Lobby, and this lady like tried to refuse my exchange. Has anybody else had that problem? Because I've never had an issue with Hobby Lobby. I usually don't have to exchange or return or anything, so it's very rare that I do it, but when I do have that issue, I usually never have a problem. And she basically told me that because I didn't have the package, I couldn't do anything about it. And I had my receipt, because I save all my receipts, and I was like, but I have the receipt right here. I even used a 40% off coupon on it. You can see it right here. All I'm asking for is an even exchange. And she's like, well, without the package, there's nothing we can do. Which cracks me up, and here's the rant part of it. She was standing right next to the sign that says return policy, no harassing. Anybody else confused by that? Because the way I understood it was either I had the package or I had the receipt, so I shouldn't have gotten harassment for trying to exchange a product, much less trying to return it, which I wasn't even trying to return. I just wanted to exchange it because it wasn't punching. So I told the lady, I'm like, I bought it, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. She's like, well, excuse you, but you bought it a month ago, and it wasn't from the store. I'm like, okay, but you sell the same products. Well, I'll do it for you this once. Now, I worked retail for 12 years, and the one thing I learned about customers is don't act like you're doing me a favor, because you're really not. I honestly bought the product. I honestly have the receipts. So for you to make it seem like you're doing me a favor, that just makes customers mad. Like, that really upset me, that she made me feel like I broke it on purpose so I could get a new one, which is so not the case. I used it a couple of times. It quit punching. I took advice. I tried to fix it. It didn't work. I went to exchange it. So when she told me that she would do me the favor, I walked to the back, and they were out. They had every other punch but this one. So I walked back up to the front, and I'm like, you only have one punch on the wall, and it's not this one. She goes, well, there's nothing I can do for you. You need to save your packages. I go, I'm sorry. You honestly expect your customers to save every single package they buy from this store? And she looked me dead in the eye, I kid you not, and goes, yes, I do. We need to make sure it has our Hobby Lobby sticker on it. I'm like, can I just cut out the Hobby Lobby sticker with the Mylar? And she goes, no, I need to see the whole package. I'm like, so do you just need the back panel piece or like the whole plastic? The whole package. I'm like, are you going to store them for me? Because I have nowhere to put them. I have 4 children in my house. My house is pretty jam-packed full of stuff. I don't need empty packages just in case something breaks. I just don't. Who has the time to do that? To seriously sit down and organize your empty packages with the receipts to exchange something. I was totally baffled by it. So anyways, hubby got really upset and was like, you know what, just give it to me. He took it outside, he WD-40'd it. It works. Just in case anyone was wondering if the WD-40 would ruin it or make it better, it makes it better. But you have to do a couple of punches just to make sure like all the oil's out of it. So, okay, back to this. Sorry, I know, I'm ranting. It's been a really like rough week. I'm sorry. Try to bring it back up because, today's my birthday and I don't want to be a downer and it's 2:30 in the morning. I'm already at 22 minutes. This is just crazy. Okay, move faster. So the little tab, again, I just tape the one side and I literally just go over to the edge and I'm trying to make it as straight as I can. Sorry if my head's in the way. Try to make it as straight as I can. Okay? Then I just take this one, my next piece, I lay it right on top. I grab another one. Now notice these ones are double. See how I have 2 strips here? I don't even touch those until the end. I only grab my one-sided, or my one single strip. And I rip all those off, and I line everything up, and then I go through and piece it all together. So I'm just lining these 2 up, and I just want to line this one with that one. Okay? So this way, when I flip it, it's going to look like that. Okay? So I'll stick that off to the side. And I'm going to take this next one. And I know I want to go over just, I usually try to go over about halfway through just to try to balance them out. I kind of eyeball it because I don't really know how to measure it, if that makes sense. I don't know how I would want my measurements to be, I guess, is the best way to put it. And I try to eyeball this, and I try to go, like I said, right in the middle. And there we go. Now that one can move on, and this one comes over. And this one up with this one. So again, then this way, this one just flips over. And now I'm just I'm slowly moving them inward, okay? Then the new empty piece comes on. And I don't know if you can see, like, can you see that bottom one? I just try to go halfway through. And oh, it doesn't help when it's color on color, does it? So I just try to line it up where, can you see that? Or it's a little less than halfway over. And then I take my next piece, and again, just line it up. So as you flip them, you'll, I try to get it as even as I can. And again, this is just all by me eyeballing it. So, like, of course, 9 times out of 10, it's all wrong. But I try. And I've gotten a few of them right. So, practicing, getting better with it. Try to eyeball this one. Okay, and then this one just goes right on top. And the one thing I do know is that you want to make sure this never ends up directly in the middle. Because then when you flip this one over, there's going to be no overlap. So that's the one thing I have learned, because I made that boo-boo once. And thank goodness it was only once. I learned from that mistake, fixed it real quick, and figured out a way to adjust it. So now I have all of my tabs laid down. So see how let me see if I'm just going to line them all up. So that way I can kind of show you how it works out. Sorry, OCD. Okay. So can you see how that turned out? Oh, wrong way. And just kind of, oh, let me start this way. Just kind of, lays like a file folder. So that's just how I do that part. And then I go through and I tape these pieces on. So I'm just going to do one for tonight because, again, it's really late and I feel really bad because I was kind of mean and at the beginning of my video. But it was a really good day. I'll try to, bring my channel back up. It was a really good day. We went and got pedicures. I got the Green Bay Packer logo on my toes because it's football season. And I'm hoping this year we make it because we keep getting to the playoffs and keep falling out of the playoffs. I don't know what it is. Playoffs, scare us for some reason. But I'm hoping this is our year. See what happens. And then, if you can see, I have all of these scraps. All these amazing, just tons and tons of scraps. Now, if you remember in one of my previous videos, biggest pet peeve, scraps. I hate them because I don't know what to do with them. And so I tried to incorporate them somehow into every mini album. So here's one of my scraps from me cutting. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Which I probably won't. Oh, I actually found it. So this was one of the sheets that I cut. Very gorgeous page. And I cut it down, 5, 7. So it fits on here. So actually, I'm lying. Sorry. Oop, that was a lie. Okay. So I cut it down to, this is 5. So 4 and, I'm really bad at measurements, guys. 4 and 7/8. Okay, so it's not the 3/4 mark, it's the next one over. I'm hoping that's the 7/8 mark. Forgive me if I'm wrong. And then this way, I cut it 6 and 7/8. So now I have, because it was 12 by 12 sheet, I cut it twice to make 2 separate pages for 2 different books. And then I ended up with, a little strip like this, and I cut that down to match. And then I end up with this, this piece left over. So what I do with this piece, and don't start screaming because I don't measure. Well, I do. I'm totally lying again. I measure, but not on this. I make sure that it's at my 5/8 mark. So this piece I don't need. It's an itty bitty piece. I'm okay with tossing that one. So now that I have this at the right measurement. Oh, did I scoop my paper over? Oh, goodness. Now that I have this way at the right measurement, I flip it, and I literally just cut. I try to make big pieces, I try to make little pieces, try to make sure it's straight, and just totally make it different. So there's all my scraps, all my little pieces. Now, as you're screaming at me, I'm going to show you what I do with them. I go through, and of course, Jane's lovely ink blending tool, which, by the way, for those of you who don't follow Jane but are interested in these tools, the name has changed just a hair. It's still Two Below Designs, but it's LLC at the end of Two Below Designs at Etsy. So I go through and I just ink up all of my edges. And this is what took forever because we got home at, like I said, 11:30-ish, quarter to midnight, somewhere in there. And I thought, oh, I'll just take, 20 minutes and I'll watch a couple quick YouTube videos and I will, I'll ink those up later because I'm taking up way too much of your guys' time and I'm so sorry. Just watch a couple videos and I'll ink them up, and next thing I know, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. So, like I said, I ink them up and then I throw them in the stash. This huge, just ginormous pile. Okay? Then I take this, and I know that if I count backwards, this is just a normal, oops, sorry, not even in frame, sorry. This is going to be a normal page. This one is going to be my family page, which is basically another normal page. This one here is my military page. This one here is my Christian page. So I know that these ones I don't even touch until I can get to the military or religious papers. And everything else I just kind of paper piece together. So let me show you what I mean by that. I grab this, and I should probably stick my back piece on. Did I already stick that on? Oh, wow. I love it when I do that. Quicker than I think. Okay. And I just grab, let me see. Give you a good example. Okay, so this is a nice size, about an inch. Okay. And I corner around it with my lowly corner rounder. Just punch that and punch that. And just do a real quick swipe. Because I'd much rather only have to do that little itty bitty piece than have to do the whole thing. And I'm just going to grab another one. That's kind of random because I need 2. So 2 pieces get the corner rounder, everything else stays straight. Okay, so done with that. Ink that up. I feel like I'm like really off camera. I don't know what's going on. Okay, and then I take this, no, this guy. ETG. And lay that on there. And then I literally just put this and try to line it up. I try to get a very, very thin border on the edge just in case I can't find that one small strip. Okay? So that goes on just like that. Okay? It looks funky, I know, but I promise it's going to look better. So I take this, and oh, totally went off the paper. Okay. Try to get back on track here. So, yeah, like I was saying, we went and got pedicures done. I got my Green Bay logo, and I totally just got tape all over this paper because I apparently can't ATG straight either when it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Had a blast. Did, pizza for the kids and barbecue for us, and, oh, man, the kids went swimming and just had a blast. It was so much fun, and we don't get to see his Aunt Mary very often because they used to live here in Arizona and they moved to, I believe, Colorado? I could be way off. I have such a bad memory. If anybody has any suggestions on how to improve that, I would totally take them. Okay, so again, it looks really funky right now, right? Just 2 little strips on the side. Here's where we get crazy. Remember, I'm really random. I just grab a sheet, and I'm going to use my score tape on this one. And I score tape. Here I thought I was going to make a really short video and just show you guys how I do my stuff. And then, I was sitting and we were driving home and I was sitting, of course thinking about you guys and what I wanted to talk about. And of course it never comes out the way I plan. And I just totally went off. I feel really bad, so I hope nobody's offended. I hope nobody gets upset with me or, teed off with me or whatever, but I'm trying to make it better, trying to make it happier. Okay, so my main goal is to grab just a whole bunch of random strips, and it's going to look really funny, I know. You guys are yelling right now. I can't really hear you, but I'm sure that you are, because I would probably be yelling at someone else if I saw them doing this, going, what are you doing? That just looks funky and weird. Don't do that. But I literally just go back and forth and I try to line it up best I can. And the only rule I have is that no 2 pieces can be the same. I mean, unless I have to cut into a 12 by 12 to get a different piece, because I'm not doing that. The whole point is to get rid of the scraps. So, and I will actually at the end of this video show you just how many scraps I have. But the good thing is that it's like, they're decent sized scraps. I can use them for something else, for cards, for, I have no idea, because I'm not at that creative level yet. So I have no idea what to use them for, but I'll think of something. I'm sure I will watch enough of you guys and your channels to figure something out. So I'm almost out of this tape. I'm going to have to grab another roll here in a minute. So yeah, again, totally had a lot of fun tonight. I am officially now at the age where us women stop aging. I'm officially 29. So do I feel any different? No. I already feel old, so I don't feel any older. My kids ask, because we ask our kids that question, how do you feel today? Do you feel different? And of course, you know, when your little ones are, yeah, I'm a whole year older, I'm so much bigger, look at how strong I am, you know, especially Scarlett because she's 4. She thinks her birthdays are amazing and she can totally feel the difference when she wakes up in the morning. And it's just the sweetest thing. I love it. And, yeah, I'm past that age. I just feel old. Which is so not true because I'm really not. I just feel that way. And, oh, there it is. The end of the roll. Darn it. I knew that was going to happen. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to lean over and grab my tape. Which I'm still dying to do, like, a craft room tour. I don't know if anybody would be interested in that. But I've been watching a ton of them since Jane did hers. And, just trying to get different, you know, organizational ideas and things. And I love what everybody else has done. I just can't figure out what I want to do for my room. Does that make sense? Some of you guys have, like, the most elaborate, gorgeous rooms I've ever seen. And I have to admit, I'm a little jealous. Like, I just want somebody to come and invite me to come play in their craft room. Just for a day. I would totally have fun with that. And the nice thing is that, like, back home in Vegas, I didn't have a lot of crafty people out there. Oh, see, and I'm going to come up just a hair short. Don't panic. See how where am I at? I don't even know where I am. Okay. See how I came up just a little short on this side? And it looks funny because I apparently didn't tape it down straight or I didn't cut straight, whichever. I just find a little thin piece, like so. And I will put some, I really hope I'm in frame. I don't know what's going on today. See, perhaps I should have been paying attention to my video instead of ranting and raving. I don't like being angry. I'm like the Hulk. My kids make fun of me when I get mad because I get very mean. I don't like it when I'm mad. I mean, what kid likes it when their parents mad anyway? But, anywho, I like totally become this totally different person. So, there is that. And you know what? These are all different papers from totally different lines. And I'm so random that I absolutely love it. I had zero plans when I did it. All I knew is that I was inking it. I needed to round 2 pieces, and I just threw it all together. So I'm going to do this side real quick, and because I think I've taken up enough of you guys' time. But I just wanted to share my 2 cents on it. Not that my 2 cents really count, because, you know, they don't. But that's just how I feel about the subject. So anyhow, I can't stay on topic either. That's another really bad thing. I really got to get better about that. Like, I've been going back and rewatching my videos to make sure I'm not, like, constantly repeating myself. I don't have to worry about repeating myself. Like, seriously, I can't stay on one topic long enough to repeat it. At least I don't think I can. I'm going to have to challenge myself to that. Focus on one topic. Unless I'm, like, really passionate about it, like the whole bullying thing. I was right on that the whole time. My last video, they're my shout-outs. Right on it the whole time. But when it comes to my crafting, like I said, this is going to sound really weird because I just said it in my head before I spit it out loud. And it's going to sound really weird. I don't think when I craft. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone else. When I come into my craft room, I want to kick back, or relax, quiet my brain, because for some reason my brain goes a mile a minute, obviously, since I can't stay on one subject when I speak. But my brain just, I have a million thoughts that I literally lose sleep at night because I just can't sleep because my brain doesn't shut up. And so, I had a point to that. I need to figure out how to stay focused. But anyways, I don't think when I craft. I literally come in here and I just want to play, and I don't want to think about it. I want to craft it, make it, stand back and look at it. Because for some reason when I think about it, I'm one of those, it's like, I'm like really, I overanalyze everything. And then I start doubting myself and I'm like, oh yeah, that doesn't really look good. Not that I've had anything come out and I'm like, oh man, that's the best thing ever, because that hasn't happened yet. I'm hoping those confident days will come, and I'm sure they will with time. I'm just going to scoot my body up here just because I feel really off. Because of course I'm a klutz, and I was cutting up paper and I pushed paper over and the whole camera fell. So thank goodness I wasn't recording when I did that. But anywho, I don't want to think when I craft. Does anybody else feel that way? I just want to come in and just play. Just want to play. I want to be a little kid again with a Crayola marker in my hand and a blank piece of paper with no idea of what I'm going to do, but I'm going to put a pencil or a crayon or a marker to paper, and I'm just going to doodle until I stand back at it and go, that's perfect. It's just the way I wanted it. Had no idea that's what I was doing. Had no idea that was the game plan. That's what I came up with, and I'm okay with it. So, and these albums are killing me. I know I've been talking about that a lot, but they're killing me. Like, I've done 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 over there completely papered, ready to go. I just got to embellish. I'm working on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the same time right now. And then this one that I'm doing with you guys. And I still have like 17 stinking albums over there. I feel really bad about making my next comments. But has anybody ever crafted themselves to boredom? I hate to put it that way, but that's how I feel. But I also think it's because, you know, I've been watching, you know, like I said last time. Now, see, I'm looking for a piece. It doesn't match. It's completely off the wall. There we go. Like, the second I saw Maymay made its video on Christmas, that's all I can think about now. Which is really weird, because and mind you, I've never crafted for Christmas before. I've never made anything for Christmas. I did do Jason's Christmas cards for work, which were really bad. They look like my 4-year-old did them. But that's okay. It was practice. I got better. I'm getting better, I should say. And so Michaels is doing this huge, like, sale on their canvases. And they had a, I mean, they still have, I should say, because I think the sale is still going on. They have this 7-pack of canvases, and I think the ones I got were 11 by 12 or something like that. But it's a 7-pack, and it was $11.99, originally $20. So, you know, hubby and I picked them up, and we counted out all our family members, and I don't want that pink against pink. And it works out perfectly. I needed 7 canvas for the 7 family members. And I don't know if any of you guys watch Angela Holt, but she does this just recently, actually. I want to say it was about a week ago when I watched the video, and that's what totally inspired me to do it, between Maymay and Angela. She did this canvas with, I believe the company's name is Finnabear, something like that. And it was, you know, a gentleman asked her to make a canvas for his daughter, and she looks like a gorgeous, like, 1950s lady, and it's in black and white, and to watch her put this canvas together was just amazing. Just, like, I kept going, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you still painting? But when she was all done with it, it was amazing, and I want to do it. So now I'm bored with these, because I don't actually have ADD, but I think I do when it comes to crafting. So again, see how that just kind of, all totally different paper lines, totally random. I just picked them up, pieced them on. And I love it. It's different. It's odd. It's weird. It's just like me. And I love it. So I don't know if that helps anyone when it comes to their scraps, but that's what I like to do. And I only do this on the pieces that I actually slide in. So like my flaps, those will be solid. These guys will be solid. Only because, you know, I don't want, I'm not a big fan of that. Like I can't picture flipping this open to that. You know what I mean? This page is already busy enough. I just want a flat sheet to go on it. But this tab will work perfectly right in here, because this is my first page. And it just slides right in there. And now she has a way to pull it out. And, oh, if I wasn't holding the bottom. A lot harder on camera, ladies and gents who watch, because I think I have one or two gentlemen, which is so cool. And come on, there we go. So, and then I just think that's the coolest thing. Maybe I'm just weird, and that's okay. You can yell at me on screen. But great way to get rid of my scraps. I've actually literally been keeping up with the scraps. You know, the little pieces that I can try to get rid of just by doing that. So I have 0 scraps that are this little just by doing this. By, you know, paper piecing it all together. I will, however, because I'm going to look like a scrap hoarder here in a minute, I will, however, show you. I'm actually kind of embarrassed because, again, I don't know what to do with them. But they're good pieces. I mean, do you see this? That's a good piece. I don't want to throw that away. I don't know what to do with it, but I don't want to throw it away. But these are just from the albums that I've done so far, so I can only imagine what's going to happen when I actually have all 30 albums complete. Do you see all that? Isn't that horrible? It's amazing and horrible all at the same time. I'm very fascinated by how much paper I have right here, because I can use those in my own personal albums, you know, just take my own picture, and it's a nice, cute little mat. So I don't want to throw them away, but I, again, don't know what I'm going to do with them. But this is a lot of paper. Oh, let me go this way. See all that? Amazing. And I have nowhere to store it either, so I don't know what to do. But, okay. We're at 47 minutes already. Holy moly. And, of course, all we did was the one sheet. I explained about these flaps. Again, if anyone wants me to see that, do that in detail, which I'm sure you guys, you know, you guys are all pretty much more seasoned than I am when it comes to crafting, so I don't think you guys need to show me. Let me try that again. I don't think any of you need me to show you how to do that, but I'd be more than glad to if one person asks, because that's all it takes. One person asking the question and it getting completed. So, that's it for tonight with the crafting. I'm going to try to wrap. So next week when I see you, these will be matted, these will be matted, and we're going to work on the cover, I think. That's the game plan I have in mind. You guys know how random I am. A lot of things can change between now and next week. I think that's pretty much it for today. I'll try to remember a lot more of what I wanted to say on a happier note, I promise, because I feel really bad that this was kind of a down and downer video, but it was something that I really needed to get off my chest. So thank you guys so much for listening, and you know, give me your feedback. You know, I love the comments, you guys. Keep them coming, because it gives me someone to talk to throughout the week other than my 4-year-old and my 3.5-year-old buddy that I watch. You guys keep me company. You know, I don't just keep you guys company while you guys watch and listen to me babble and rant and rave, and I think I've done pretty good. I want to stay away from the rant and rave videos just because, you know, I watch them too, and they're kind of, you know, make you feel bad for the person who's ranting and raving, but that, again, wasn't the purpose of this video. I just wanted to share my opinion on the whole situation. It's off my chest now, so I think I'm done with it. Of course, unless something else major comes up, and then I'll share that with you guys. But I know a lot of people are doing like like I said, the Crafty Me 83, she does a lot of vlogging. So I'm thinking that, like, instead of just being like, oh, I'm rambling and I'm rambling and I'm rambling, I'm going to mentally think of this as kind of like a vlog. Just kind of tell you guys how a recap of my week and, you know, what interesting stuff happened, what non-interesting stuff happened, because I'm going to be quite honest, my life is pretty boring. My kids are all in school except for my youngest one. She plays video games mostly throughout the day because that's what she likes to do. And, I mean, we do. She comes in here and she crafts with me, and she has a kindergarten book that she likes to work on. Yeah, kindergarten, because the preschool, she didn't want that one. She wanted the kindergarten one because Jonah was in kindergarten last year. So she needed the same book he had. So she works on that, you know, little bits and trying to teach her so she's a little more prepared for when school starts. And, yeah, so I think I'm just going to treat my channel, because again, in the beginning, I stated that I didn't know where it was going. I didn't know what I was going to do, and I still don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, it's still fresh. It's still new, and, I can tell you, honestly, thank you, because I'm excited. Like, I have something to look forward to every week. I have people to talk to now. I have people who understand my crafting language because I can talk to my husband. And like I said, he can pretty much name everything in my craft room. But when I get going with, like, the technical terms that I do know, he just stares at me like that wasn't a language I understood. Talk to me in sign language, talk to me in English, but I didn't understand a word of what you just said. So, yeah, this is going to be kind of like a vlogging / watch me craft / keep me company channel for now, I suppose, until I figure out where it's really going. So my main goal, like I said, is to really, really slam these out. I'm so done. I want to move on to something new. I don't want you guys stuck watching albums for the next, you know, month and a half. 2 months. No, month and a half. I'm running out of time. I want to slam them out, mail them out to her so she can get her end of it done, and she's prepped and ready to go by November, because if I miss my deadline, I'm going to be really upset. I'm going to kick myself. So I want... Oh my goodness, I'm already at 52 minutes and I still feel the need to speak to you guys. I just want my channel to be fun. I want my channel to be drama-free. And again, I'm really sorry if I brought anyone down or made anyone upset or offended anybody in any way, shape, or form. It's a very touchy subject for me. So, again, kind of just wanted to share it and express my feelings on it. Not that anyone needs my 2 cents. I just felt like throwing it out there anyway, because it was just something I just couldn't get it off my mind for like the entire week, especially with like I said, my daughter got involved, and I'm a pretty protective person. I always have been, especially because both of my parents are deaf, so I've always had to defend them, and yeah, so I really want to move on from these albums. Can you guys tell I'm really off tonight? I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to make another video like sometime through the week or something and get back onto being me, the bubbly me that I usually am, because I'm just kind of, it's like Debbie Downer right now, which is horrible because today's my birthday. And so we have no game plans for today. I just want to sit at home and chill and relax, because yesterday was pretty exhausting. It was a lot of fun, but you know, since the car accident, I haven't been able to get like physically active. So, you know, walking around the little bit that we did walk around, you know, my feet are kind of swollen, but they look really cute because they have Green Bay Packer logos on them. So I can't complain. Fat toes and all. So, not that you guys needed to know that. But yeah, so just, you know, keep talking to me and hang out with me, and I appreciate you guys so, so much. Like, I'll never be able to explain or express just how much gratitude I have that you guys put up with my talking and slow crafting, and I'm hoping it's an adventure for you guys that, you know, eventually I'll be able to whip these things out like that, and we're all going to look back at my very first video and laugh together as a community. Because I'm okay with laughing as long as I'm laughing with you. You know what I mean? Laugh at me. I laugh at myself. I think I'm a very random, hilarious person, which makes me like me. So, you know, I just want a fun channel where we can help each other out, back each other up. You know, I want to watch me grow and learn, and I'm learning so much from you guys. I appreciate the fact that you guys don't seem to mind that I ask questions, because I am new, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm hoping that's the reason why you guys are watching, is because it's a newbie crafter. And, you know, we all started somewhere. We all made projects that we didn't like. We all have made stuff that we've thrown away or tore apart or tried to fix or whatever. And, you know, I can't wait to get onto my mixed media canvases because that's my game plan for Christmas for, I think, just about everybody. And I would really like to do a craft room tour. I don't know if anyone's interested in that, but I've got to get my craft room together. It's like really depressing me. So, alright. I'm really sorry for the rambling and for the Debbie Downer moment, but I got to share a little bit of happy moments with you guys because I got to spend time with my family today, which was fun because, you know, we're trying to do that more often. That was the whole reason why we moved out to Arizona. Yeah, so thanks for hanging out. Oh my goodness, it's been an hour. So I hope you guys took breaks. I'm hoping you guys have learned by now to take breaks, grab water, coffee, bag of chips, whatever you need, because my videos are apparently going to be extremely long. I just, for some reason, can't avoid that. I will eventually get better. So hopefully you guys will see that time is going to improve. You know, crafts are going to move a little bit quicker. We'll do it together. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and being subbies, because you guys are amazing. So I'll see you next week. Thanks again. Bye.